Here's some tips that will help you look more soft and feminine. Stop.
Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. So in today's video guys, we'll be talking about the art of softness. So I'll put the stitches together so that you watch and learn. I'll be back to share my
Here's some tips that will help you look more soft and feminine. Stop cussing. Cussing gives a very aggressive energy, raising your voice, getting loud. All these things give off super masculine energy, and that's not something that you want. Don't argue with people. There's not a need to raise your voice, try to one up anyone. You can use a soft tone and still get your point across in what you want. Be submissive. If you're with a good man, allow him to lead you and guide you throughout life. Trust that he's going to protect you when you guys are out. Trust that he can make the right decisions. And know that you can express what you want in the relationship without being loud, without getting angry. You can be kind, nurturing, and get your needs met.
I like to think of myself as a very feminine woman, and I get told a lot that I'm a very feminine woman. So I feel like these are three basic things that you should always do if you're trying to be a feminine woman. Number one, you should always have your hair done. You should never be walking around like with a stick of head. Like you should never be walking around with your hair looking crazy. I don't care if your hair is just pulled back in a slick bun. You should always have your hair done. And stop going outside with that bonnet on. I don't care what y'all say. Stop going outside with that bonnet on. Two, you need to invest in perfumes. I'm not talking about that Bath and Body Works. Bath and Body Works is for when you get out the shower at night, or maybe you're just walking around the house. You need to invest in perfume. And maybe you just want a signature scent, maybe you want multiple, that's up to you. But you need to invest in a scent, a good scent. Three, if you speak very aggressively, you need to work on that. Like, no feminine woman is speaking very aggressively. And I'm not saying you can't be upset sometimes, you can't speak assertively. I'm not saying that thing. I'm just saying don't speak aggressively. And I feel like keep curse words to a minimum. Bonus point, if all you listen to is NBA Youngboy, Gunna, all of that, girl, come on now. Come on. And you wonder why you so aggressive? Come on. And I'm not saying you can't listen to that anymore. I'm just saying, like, get some soft music.
Ladies, listen. I understand that we all want to use that excuse that we weren't raised to be a certain way. And I understand that we all feel as though like that we have to be hard and we have to be in our masculine energy 24/7. And oh, I do it all on my own. So it's hard to get to that soft side. And I am here to tell y'all, I literally used to be like a super hardcore girl. I'm talking about used to walk around with that mean mug on my face. I used to just walk around real like bulk, like as small as I am, hoping that don't nobody say nothing to me, daring somebody to say something to me. I wish a bitch would type attitude. Dare not let a man play in my face on some I wish a nigga would type stuff. Like all of that is what I thought I needed to do to prove that I was hard and that, to show that I didn't want anybody playing with me. Until one day, I don't know, something came over me, ladies. And I don't know what came over me. It could be maturity. It could be the fact that I'm growing into my looks and I'm appreciating the woman that I'm looking and turning into. I don't know what it was. It could be the fact that the type of men that I've dealt with, they don't make me have to act in that way, whatever. But we're not going to blame it on a man either, because understand, it has nothing to do with a man. I started practicing how to just be more womanly on my own before even getting engaged with a man that can bring that out of me. Needless to say, I think all women should start practicing on their own what it means to really just rest in your femininity. It's the best feeling ever. It's super lit. And I just think all women look better when they're resting in their softness. Like all that hard girl stuff is ugly. It does not make you look cute. It makes you look ugly. But I don't know. Me personally, I'm obsessed with it. I'm obsessed with it. I'm obsessed with just being a woman. And I don't need nobody trying to get me back to being a man. Leave me alone.
You're not feminine enough. So this is how you're going to start being more feminine and soft in 2025. There are three very simple but crucial ways that are going to help you start being more soft and feminine. Watch what you say. Excessive cursing, being extremely vulgar, gives off the impression that you lack self-control. When you don't curse excessively, you'll come off as a woman that's more polished, that's more graceful, that also has emotional control. Practice selflessness. With boundaries, of course. A lot of femininity advice today is unfortunately centered around manipulation and how you can use your femininity to benefit yourself. But a healthy feminine woman uses her feminine qualities to help others. because this shows that you are emotionally aware. So you're more sensitive and understanding to the needs of others.
Hey y'all, it's Real Talk with Tan. I'm back with your L. And you know I'm not talking about no losses. We're talking about these life lessons. And today y'all class is in session and we're talking about the art of feminine independence. Being soft but not weak. Let's dive in. Ladies, we have to know that being feminine is not being dependent. It's about balance. You can be soft and strong, feminine and independent. Here's how we master the balance, ladies. But first, we got to get something straight. Being feminine does not mean you're weak. You don't have to choose between being independent and soft. The most powerful women are the ones that know how to be strong without being hard and being soft without being naive. Class is in session because women are out here believing that being feminine means being dependent, and that ain't it, y'all. Problem is that society's telling women that being soft means that you're weak, and that if you are independent, you're rejecting your feminine side, and that's not the case, ladies. You can be self-sufficient and still allow space for protection, support, and love. I'm giving you 3 ways to embody feminine independence. Let's talk about it. So one, ladies, we have to operate from a place of choice, not struggle. A true feminine woman doesn't hustle from survival mode. She builds a life where she chooses softness and not being forced into hardness. Glorify burnout, glorify balance. And 2, ladies, we have to know when to receive and when to lead. When to stand strong and when to lean into support. When help is offered, accept it. A woman who receives gracefully is a woman who understands true independence. The issue comes in when you're too headstrong, when you know you need the help but don't want to take the help, but want the help, and when it's offered, your pride is in the way. Ladies, know when to receive and when to lead. And then 3, ladies, let your strength be your quiet and your certain. Feminine energy is not forceful and it's not loud. It's undeniable and you don't need to force and prove it. You've already created balance and stability for yourself and a peace of mind. So instead of declaring your independence constantly, I want you to move in a way where it's obvious. They'll know to come correct, ladies. Our confidence is quiet. You make them feel it. Feminine independence is not about rejecting softness. It's about building a life where softness is a choice, not a weakness. Move with balance, ladies, and watch how the world shifts for you. And all right, y'all. So drop a strong and soft in the comments if you receive the message. If you need help in this area, no problem. I got you. DM me. Y'all, class is dismissed. Bye, y'all.
The art of being soft. I think sometimes we as women fall out of what is supposed to come natural to us, which is femininity and softness. Now, softness doesn't mean that you're a pushover. It doesn't mean that you let people treat you any kind of way. It's actually quite the opposite, because to remain soft, you have to experience softness, which means you have to have healthy boundaries. Things like not accepting behavior that doesn't make you feel good. Things like not exhibiting behavior that doesn't make you feel good. Things like being respectful of the environments you put yourself in, being respectful of the people you allow in your environment. The art of being soft is much more about being intentional with what you want to experience versus allowing others to kind of put you into that box. It's all about choices. Choosing to spend a little extra time allowing yourself to feel good. Wearing the things that make you happy. Presenting yourself to the world in a way that would let them know, you have to treat me softly. You have to be kind to me, and I deserve that.
That's a video, guys. I'm just here also to share my true sense about this video. The art of softness as a woman. Softness is a way that many of us have misunderstood, especially in a world that often tells women they need to be hard to survive. We associate strength with toughness, assertive, control. But what if I told you that softness, true femininity, is one of the most powerful traits a woman can embody? So today we are diving into the art of softness as a woman, what it means, why it matters, and how it can transform not only your relationship but also your entire experience as a woman in this world. So let's start by clearing something up. Softness is not weakness. It's not about being passive. No, it's about being submissive in a way that erases your identity. Softness is actually about being deeply in the tune with your inner world. It's about allowing yourself to feel instead of suppress, to listen instead of always trying to control, to respond rather than to react. It's about walking into a room and changing the energy, not with dominance, but with a presence that's that's a quiet power that many people don't understand. The truth is, society often praises masculine energy, hustle culture, grind go getter, never stop, okay? And for women, it can be confusing. We end up feeling like we have to perform, be the boss, be sensitive, be the planner, the fixer, the doer, or while hiding all softness because we're scared being seen as liability. But guess what? When we abandon our softness, we often disconnect from our feminine essence. We become hardened by our past, by trauma, by the constant pressure to prove our worthy. And that's not freedom, that's survival. Softness is healing. It's the courage to rest. It's the bravery to say, I don't have to carry everything. It's choosing to respond with grace, even when someone tries to trigger you. It's learning to slow down, to aromatize the little things, to nature, to embrace stillness, and more importantly, allow yourself to be held by others, by life itself. That's where intimacy thrives. That's where real connection is born. Now, let's talk about softness in a relationships. There is magic that happens when a woman stands in her softness with a man who honors her. She doesn't need to dominate him. She doesn't have to prove herself. She let him lead in his masculine energy while staying grounded in her feminine one. This is not about playing roles, it's about energetic balance. When a woman embodies softness, she invites her partner into his strength, not through force, but through her surrender. And by surrender, I don't mean losing power. I mean trusting that she doesn't need to control everything to feel safe. But this kind of softness is not something we just woke up with. It requires inner work. It requires unlearning the survival strategies that kept us safe but no longer serve us. Many of us grew up in homes where softness was not modeled. Maybe you had to be the responsible one, the strong one, the girl who grew up too fast. Maybe we learned about vulnerability, get uh, so we put on armor, and for a time, the armor protected us. But as we grow, we have to ask: Is this armor still serving me, or is it still keeping me from the life I actually want? Reclaiming softness means reparenting yourself. It means giving yourself permission to rest, to cry, to play, to be silly, to be nature, to receive. Women who struggle with softness often struggle with receiving compliments, help, love. We deflect it, we push it away because we don't feel worthy of it. But part of stepping into your feminine energy is opening your heart, your mind, your hands. And when you do that, you begin to experience life in a different way. Less force, more flow, okay? So in today's world, we are bombarded with messages telling us we have to be everything at once: the CEO, the perfect mom, the sex symbol, the homemaker, the best friend, the Instagram model, and it's so exhausting. So many women are burning out because they're trying to do it all without softness. But let me tell you, softness doesn't mean doing less. It means doing things with intention. We erase with grace. It's a way of moving through life with where you're not hustling for your worthy, you already know you're worthy. This strength is softness. Okay? A woman who knows how to regulate her emotions, who chooses peace over pettiness, who holds space for others without draining herself. That's not a weak woman. She's very strong. That's an emotional, intelligent, powerful, radiant woman. And the world needs more of that energy. Soft women change homes, they change friendships, they change relationships. They don't yell to be held, to be hate, they whisper and the world leans in. I also want to talk about softness as a self protection mechanism. Sometimes the most radical thing we can do is be soft in a world that try to harden you. It's radical to forgive. It's radical to love again after a heartbreak. It's radical to smile when you have every reason to be better. Softness is a rebellion against the pain that tries to steal your gentleness. And when you realize that, you begin to honor it, you begin to cherish it, you begin to protect it. Ladies, your softness is not a flaw to fix. It's not a reliability to hide. It's your superpower when you embrace it fully, when you walk it in unapologetically, you shift the energy of any space you enter. You inspire others to stop being too, and the ripple effect, that kind of feminine leadership the world is craving. So I challenge you today, tomorrow, this week, lean into your softness. Let your voice be gentle. Let your heart stay open. Let your spirit reclaim calm. Not because you're naive, but because you've learned that softness is not the absence of boundaries. It's a strength to hold them with love. It's a quiet confidence that comes from knowing you don't need to be loud to be heard. Okay, you are allowed to be both soft and strong. You can cry and still be powerful. You can laugh deeply and still walk away from what doesn't save you as a woman. Softness is not the opposite of power, it's the soul of it. The more you own the more magnetic you become. Thank you for spending time with me. If this spoke to you, if it reminded of the beauty of your softness, let me know in the comment section. I love to hear from your thoughts, your stories, your journey back to softness. And remember, you don't need to fight for your femininity. It's already within you as a woman. So you don't have to, you know, like it's already in you. You just have to keep practicing and be in your feminine energy. Ladies, so this video is for you so that you change the narrative. You don't have to use the cursing word. Stop it. Be a woman. Be in your soft energy. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate. I will see you in my next